Coyotes hold an advantage as they have won 26 times, lost 11, and there have been one tie in the series. 47 wins and 24 losses. Tommy Watkins is head football coach at Uvalde High School. Justin Smith is head football coach. And his football coaching record at UHS is 35 wins, 12 losses, and 2 ties. In football games played last evening at Carrizo Springs, the Uvalde freshmen won their 9th consecutive football game of the season. The Uvalde Chiefs varsity down the Carrizo Springs varsity 42-0 in the other game played last night. Besides the game here tonight at the Uvalde, the other games are being played around the area this evening. Area football games tonight include Laredo United at Sutton.
Uvalde Coyotes football continues after these messages.
State Farm is there. When you're hospitalized and need extra cash for extra expenses, like deductibles on your medical insurance or services your insurance doesn't cover, that's why you may need State Farm's hospital income insurance.
And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
In Uvalde, see State Farm agent Bobby Graves at 400 South Getty.
Market with a 5-year limited warranty, and you can only get them at Color Time. The best dealers, the only 5-year warranty. No wonder we're America's largest rent-to-own system.
Get what you want at Color Time.
Immediate delivery with no problems. That's rent-to-own at Color Time.
Visit Color Time today at 110 Roberts Lane or call 278-1145 for Color Time.
Uvalde Coyotes varsity football is on the air. Tonight's game between the Uvalde Coyotes and the Carrizo Springs Wildcats is sponsored by Amber Sky, Utex Incorporated, Bristol Furniture, The Shoe Tree, Cecil Atkinson Motors, Rick's Furniture, Milton's House of Diamonds and Milton's China and Gifts, Security Service Federal Credit Union, and Edwards Furniture. And now, live from the Honey Bowl with tonight's football action between the Uvalde Coyotes and the Carrizo Springs Wildcats, KVOU Sports Director Zach Gray and Nick Bond.
Welcome back to the Honey Bowl and Coyote football, and this fans on both sides of the stadium are going wild, Nick.
They sure are, and it looks like we got a capacity crowd here tonight. There's not an empty seat anywhere around us over here on this side of the field, and looking across the way, it's about the same situation over there.
An hour before game time, the east stands were about half full, and let's get right into the starting lineups. First for Uvalde, no changes this week, as Dwayne Ham will open up at center for the Coyotes. Arnold Canales and Rain Hobbs will be the guards on each side. Richard Rios and Doug Phillips will be the tackles. Roy Henderson at the tight end. Al Salinas at the split end. Ricky Zamora, the wingback. Ricky Navarro be starting at fullback. Of course, you know he alternates a lot with Juan Sanchez. Robert Gaitan at tailback, alternating with Johnny Enriquez. I can't all of a sudden think of the name. And Jack Franklin alternates a lot with Rain Hobbs at the guard position. Starting quarterback for the Coyotes tonight is Eddie Sanchez. Nick?
That will pick up the Wildcat offense here, starting off with their center, a boy they're really proud of and think a lot of his abilities is Matt Hymes, number 55. Going to the two ends, on the left end would be Eddie Brown, number 85, and on the right side, Gus Garcia. The two tackles, left tackle William Allen, and the right tackle Reynaldo Orozco. Orozco is supposedly one of the best linemen that Coach Don Tate has seen and coached, according to his testimony. Two guards, on the left side, Carlos Gonzalez, and on the right guard, Manuel Saldana. Quarterback tonight for the Carrizo Springs Wildcats is Luis Saenz. The fullback is Danny Gonzalez, and the tailback, Tony Gonzalez. The wingback for the offense is Rolly Martinez Jr. And that's how they stack up offensively, Zach.
Well, on defense, the defensive tackles for the Coyotes, Robert Trevino and Dwayne Ham. The ends are Albert Sanchez and Roy Henderson. Middle linebacker and leading the Coyotes in tackles is Rain Hobbs. He has 90 on the season, 16 big ones against Laredo United last week. The other two linebackers, Richard Oviedo and Victor Arroyas. The cornerbacks, Johnny Enriquez and John Wright. Eddie Sanchez at safety along with Trey Richburg.
So looking at the Carrizo defense, they weigh in at an average of 194 pounds. They run a 4-3-2-2, and they start off with Carlos Gonzalez, Reynaldo Orozco, Matt Hymes, and Brian Pettis on the front line. At the back, linebackers Gus Garcia, Raimondo Flores, and Adrian Orozco. The deep men are Matt Urigas and Louis Saenz, and the two outside linebackers, Eddie Brown and Frank Mendes.
We're about ready to get this game underway, and we're going to pause for a commercial, but let's start real well. Ball's teed up at the 40-yard line. We're waiting on the official's whistle to get this ball game underway. There's the whistle. Kick is deep, going down the middle. It's taken at about the 1-yard line. He's coming straight back up the middle of the field. He's at the 20. He's at the 25. Breaks the tackle. He's in the open at the 30. He's at the 40. He slips and falls down as he goes across midfield. He had one man to beat, and he almost took the opening kickoff all the way, Nick.
He sure did. I tell you what, he just got tangled up in his own feet there, it looked like, Zach.
He had one man to beat. That's the Louis Saenz, the quarterback, and he was playing safety on that. He had to beat him, and as he put a move on him, his feet went out from under him. So it's 1st and 10 for the Coyotes, operating from the 48-yard line of the Carrizo Springs Wildcats.
I don't think we mentioned the ball carrier there was Johnny Enriquez.
No, I didn't. Split the ends left, put the wing back wide right. I formation for the Coyotes as Eddie Sanchez, the quarterback, takes the snap, turns, makes first man, late handoff over the left side, nothing there, maybe got a yard. As Robert Gaitan, the ball carrier, gets out down to the 47. That's that crossbuck where you fake to the fullback over right guard and then head off to the tailback coming over left guard. Got about a yard out of it.
That was a 4-3 defense. Queens is running here, crashing two linebackers on either side.
Coyotes come out of the huddle this time. Al Salinas comes wide left. Ricky Zamora goes wide right. I formation. Eddie Sanchez. Snap. Handoff. Ricky Navarro, right side. He's across the 45 and down to about the 42 or 3-yard line. Let's see where they spot it. It's going to be a gain of about 5 on the play. Going to bring up approximately 3rd and 4.
That linebacker over here, the right outside linebacker, is shifting with the play, going with the flow of the motion of the play across the field. And number 54 for the Wildcats is responsible for that tackle.
Split receivers wide both directions this time for the Coyotes. Sanchez turn, handoff, second man through the left side. He's across down to about the 40-yard line, short of a first down. Going to bring up 4th down and about 2 for a Coyotes first down.
This is a tough defense, Zach, so far. They're really holding them in there. I don't see any possibility of running through the thing at the time being.
Well, they're going straight at them here in the early going. The kicking team goes on the field for the Coyotes. And it'll be Roy Henderson do the kicking, and he's kicking into a rather brisk north wind here at the Honey Bowl. Wind's got to be about 15 to 18 miles per hour.
Well, Roy's got a good toe. If he can get it in there, he ought to put it down there by the goal line.
Should. He's back 15 yards, standing at his own 45-yard line. There's the snap. It's a good one. Gets it off plenty of time. It's a little high. It's going to come down around the 20-yard line. Fair catch and caught at the about the 14-yard line.
That was Rodriguez catching it. Wherever the ball's going,
they put a wing back wide right. I formation this time as Saenz, the quarterback, takes a snap, turns, hands to the fullback right up the middle. There's nothing there. He's swarmed under right at the line of scrimmage. And Roy Henderson in helping out along with Rain Hobbs. I didn't see is Dwayne Helm and Robert Trevino both in on the tackle for the Coyotes.
That was a joint effort for sure.
They give him a gain of a yard, but he's still short of the 15 at about the 14.5, 2nd and 9. Two tight ends. Power I, right side this time. Saenz takes the ball, hands off, tailback over the right side. He breaks outside. He gets hit at the 15 and falls down to 16. John Wright coming up from the cornerback spot to make the stop. He almost got outside of John, but John got a hand on and pulled him down to the 16-yard line. Gain of 2 is going to bring up 3rd and a long 7 for the Wildcats. Takes the ball, goes straight back. He wants to throw. He's looking downfield. There's a lot of pressure. Throws over the middle. Complete, incomplete. Drops the ball. Flies the 30-yard line, and Trey Richburg coming up to put the hit on him and got there just arrived a quarter of a second behind the ball. Put the hit on him, and so it's 4th and 7. The Wildcats will have to punt it away.
That was a pass there to Gus Garcia of the Wildcats. He's an end, 177-pound senior. There was 2 men open on that play, Zach. They had another man open on the far left side of the field.
3 men go back deep for the Coyotes. There's the snap. Gets it away. It's low and not too long. It's going to be taken at the midfield. by Johnny Enriquez. Misses a couple of tackles and then gets down to the 44-yard line. And they're going to mark it at the 43. First and 10 for the Coyotes from the Wildcat 43-yard line. Kicking with the wind, not much there.
That doesn't help. I'll tell you for sure that wind's certainly a factor tonight in the kicking game. I think both of the punts we've seen that.
Wingback, wide right, 2 tight ends for the Coyotes. I formation as Sanchez hands off to Navarro, the right side, and he gets down across the 40 to about the 38-yard line. Going to gain about 5 on the play. And just pure Salinas left, put Zamora wide right. Long count. Eddie Sanchez takes ball, option left side, hands off to the fullback. Sanchez gets down to the 35-yard line. It's going to be short. It's going to bring up third down and a long 2 for a Coyote first down.
Again, we got Gus Garcia on the tackle.
Juan Sanchez and Ricky Navarro alternating, bringing in plays from the coaching staff of the Coyotes. Ball marked just short of the 35-yard line.
I'm wondering why Eddie Sanchez unlimber his arm on a pass. We haven't seen anything like that tonight.
It may not for a while. Receivers wide both directions. Long count. Option left side, head off to Navarro. He breaks the tackle. He's inside the 30 and down to about the 27-yard line before he's finally brought down. And very close to breaking that one for a big gain as Adon Orozco, the younger Orozco boy, made the stop, but not before he gets a first down inside the 20, inside the 30 at about the 27-yard line.
I think we want to add that there are about 5 Orozco boys playing for Carrizo Springs tonight. I'm sure they're in some way related, probably cousins, maybe a couple of brothers in there.
There are a bunch of them. I know there's 2 brothers. Adon and Ronaldo are brothers. Split receivers both directions. They're out about 5 yards each side. Sanchez takes a snap, pitch. Gaitan's right side, got a hold. He's inside the 25, down to about the 21-yard line. Gain of about 6 on the play. And now flag goes down.
Something about the alignment.
I think what he's saying is Al Salinas coming to his position, stepped across the line of scrimmage, and he can't do that. He tagged there, but we'll take it. Second 8, Coyotes come out and put Salinas wide left side. Zamora wide right. Eddie Sanchez, the quarterback, takes a snap, turns, pitch. Gaitan trying the same play, right side. He's across the 25. He's down about to the original line of scrimmage there at about the 20-yard line. Knocked down on the far side of the field. Again, it's going to bring up third and about 2.
We're seeing some swarm tackling by these Carrizo Springs Wildcats. So there's a real desire to make some.
Now they mark it at the 24-yard line. Correction, that's the 19-yard line. It's going to bring up second and a third and a long 1 for the Coyotes. Salinas comes wide left. Zamora wide right. Again, a long count by Eddie Sanchez. Takes the ball, hands off. Ricky Navarro over the left side. He's down near the 15. He should have a first down easily.
I believe he's got it.
Marking the ball right at the 15. It is a first down for the Coyotes. First and 10. Got 1 penetration. We need to keep up with that. Could be critical in this ball game. Split receivers wide both directions. Eddie Sanchez, the quarterback. They're going on a long count all the time. Not option left side. He keeps it. Pitches tailback. He's in the open at the 20, 15. He's out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. See where it's marked. That's Johnny Enriquez, the ball carrier. Option left, and Eddie Sanchez had to pitch it, and it ended up with Enriquez 101. Ricky Zamora is on the left side. He's split out about 5 yards.
I think the Wildcats are expecting a pass. They're spread out.
Looks like it, and it's pitched. Gaitan left side. He's got blockers. He's at the 10. He's down at about the 6-yard line. Same play they ran a few minutes ago to the right side. They took it to the left side, and it's very close to a first down. They're taking a close look at it. I believe it's a little short, Nick, but it's close enough they're going to measure.
I believe they're going to have to.
Ball looks like
moved that last week against Laredo United with a 20-yarder down there. So that's kind of an ace in the hole we got to keep in mind.
Coyotes split. Salinas left, put Zamora about 5 yards out on the right side. Eddie Sanchez, the quarterback, gets under the center. Snap, handoff, Navarro right up the middle. He's down near the goal line. He's straight up the middle. Pure power from Ricky Navarro. Goes right down near the goal line. Finally tackled down there by Ronaldo Orozco, but he's got a first down. It's going to be first and goal from what looks like about the 2-yard line.
That Ronaldo Orozco is their highly touted lineman. They think a lot of him up there.
He's 5'9", 210 pounds, and he's a good one.
That's like a fire plug.
First and goal, 2-yard line. Coyotes put Salinas in tight, 2 tight ends. Put Zamora about 5 yards out on the right side. And now flag, and I think that's going to go against the Coyotes. As I saw some movement in the line, it looked like it was going to go against the Coyotes.
Yeah, that was a couple of jumps in there. A little bit of over-anxiety.
Back it up 5 yards. First and goal from the 7 now. So that took our advantage we had by that 3rd and short away from us. But let's see what's going to take place.
You know, I keep thinking Carrizo's expecting a pass here. They've spread their backs out considerably, trying to protect the flank. They're looking for a pass into the end zone corner.
Same formation, 2 tight ends, wing back wide right. And DeSantis starts, pitches Guyton right side. He turns it inside. He's heading inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line. Be 2nd and goal. Maybe the 4. It's in that neighborhood.
Well, he made up what they lost a while ago, I think.
Well, got part of it back. It's about the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 4. 3.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. No score from the Honey Bowl.
And Uvalde's yet to put it in the air. Of course, with the running game working as well as it is, I don't suppose they have a need to do that.
Well, after last week, he's a little slow about putting it in the air, I think. And Carrizo pass defense has been pretty good. 2 tight ends, split the wing back right side. Sanchez takes the ball. Hands off, 2nd man right side. He's at the goal line. Touchdown for the Coyotes. And that was the tailback. And I don't know who it was, but it was the tailback that went over. 2nd man through off right tackle. Johnny Enriquez is on the bench. It's got to be Robert Guyton, who's made it over from right tackle with 3:06 remaining first quarter. A lot of jumping up and down, people jumping around. It's down, it's up, and it's partially blocked. So, Carrizo Springs Wildcats get something out of it.
Talk about good eating. To talk about good food.
Ball teed up 40-yard line. Waiting on the whistle. There's the whistle. It's a squibber to the right side, and it's on the ground, and Carrizo Springs gets on it around the 40-yard line. And I think he just missed that ball, Nick.
I do, too. You know, he had that thing leaning awfully far back on the tee, Zach, like the thing might have blown over a little bit before his foot hit it.
Well, he hit it. It looked like he might have hit it right at the top. It squibbled off the right side. A guy tried to catch it, couldn't hold on because it was a hot ball to handle.
Well, that would have made a good onside kick if that was their intention.
But it'll be 1st and 10 for the Carrizo Springs Wildcats operating from their own 40-yard line.
That's the only fault there. They've got it on the 40 instead of the 20.
Wing back right side. Option play right. Pitch to the tailback. He's in trouble at backfield. Makes a nice move. Misses the tackle. Gets up to the 45-yard line. But whoever coming up to make the tackle there from the cornerback missed him and let him cut back inside. He got 5 yards out of it. Well, bring up 2nd and 5.
Rain Hobbs picked him up there. And, of course, Rain Hobbs comes into this game with 90 tackles to his credit in past games. If you'd like a rundown on the other ones, the other leading tacklers are Oviedo, Trevino, and Arroyo.
Split the wing back wide right this time. High formation in the backfield, 2 tight ends. Handoff goes 2nd man. He's in trouble in the backfield and is down back at about the 43-yard line. And that was Roy Henderson, Rain Hobbs, and Robert Trevino in to make the stop for the Coyotes.
You just don't fool around with that right-hand side of the Uvalde defense. They're just some tough hombres over there.
They spot the ball between the 43 and 44. Brings up 3rd and about 6. Again, split a receiver wide right. That's Martinez. High formation as Signs goes back to throw. He's looking downfield. He lets it go short, and it's incomplete. Nice play by Trey Richburg, and Trey's mad because he should have intercepted, but I don't think he had a chance to intercept it. Pass thrown a little high, and Gus Garcia and Trey Richburg both went up in the air. Trey about 2 inches taller than Gus, and he got a hand on it. Incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Well, Eddie Sanchez had his man covered a little deeper. Actually, they had 4 receivers down there, but the Uvalde defense had them all pretty well covered.
Well, the ball at the 44-yard line, 4th and 6, and the Wildcats will punt. There's the snap. It's a one-hopper. He had trouble, bobbles it, and he can't get it off. He's in trouble in the backfield. He finally gets it off, and it's not a bad punt considering the situation. And now it's fumbled out of bounds by Johnny Enriquez trying to field it. And actually, the punter did a fantastic job to get it away. Johnny Enriquez out on the right side. Eddie Sanchez takes the ball, hands off, 1st man right up the middle. He's out to near the 30-yard line and then driven way back. And driven back inside the 25, but they're going to mark it right at the 27-yard line. is probably where his progress was.
That's an interesting defensive alignment. Raimundo Orozco there tackled him at 188 pounds, crashing in, shooting the gap on that, and was able to stop him there and line up the line of scrimmage.
Give him a gain of about a half yard. Second and a long 9 for the Coyotes. As Zamora now comes left. Salinas wide right. Eddie Sanchez, handoff up the middle, and he's across the 30. That's Juan Sanchez across the 30 to the 32-yard line. Gain of about 5 on the play. He's going to bring up third and approximately 5 for the Coyotes. Third and a short 5 for the Coyotes.
There's no shortage of running room if you can just find the seams in that defense, and evidently Uvalde occasionally will do that. But these crashing linebackers are really causing them a problem. I guess you call them stunning.
Put Salinas wide left, put Zamora wide right. He's out about 10 yards this time. Long count again. Eddie Sanchez takes the ball and keeps it. Tries the option left side, and he's near a first down at the 37-yard line. On second effort, if he got it, Coach Oki Villasenor receivers both directions. I formation in the backfield as Eddie Sanchez on a long count takes it, pitches Gaitan left side. He gets hit at the 20, it's at the 35, falls forward to about the 38-yard line.
That was Enriquez.
That's the end of the first quarter from the Honey Bowl. We'll be back for the second quarter after these words from our sponsors.
If you have a bidding,
about to the 40-yard line, got hit right at the line of scrimmage, fell forward to near the 40-yard line. Going to bring up third and long for the Coyotes.
They got their big man, Reinaldo Orozco, right there in the middle of their defensive line. And let me tell you what, folks, nobody gets
wide right. Salinas wide left. Snap. Option play. Right side. Sanchez keeps it, turns upfield. He's across the 45 and out to about the 48-yard line, and flags come down from all directions. You see it, Nick?
Yeah, I saw that face mask.
Was it a face mask? Well, he's close to the first down anyway. Probably had the first down at about the 48-yard line. And 2 or 3 flags went down on him. And Eddie Sanchez got up grabbing his face mask.
Well, I saw a face mask grab there. Whether the officials did or not remains to be seen.
Well, they threw the flags, and they're facing Carrizo Springs.
That's right.
And they're spell trouble for the Wildcats. Put receivers wide both directions. Now he's going to throw. He's rolling out to his left. He's looking downfield. He's got a receiver out, and he throws over the receiver's head near the 25-yard line. That was Roy Henderson. And he threw it over his head and almost into a defender's hand.
I'll tell you what, that number 10 there for the Carrizo Wildcats almost hit.
Side, Zamora right. Eddie Sanchez, the quarterback, snap. Option play, left side. He keeps it. He's going wide. He turns upfield. Now he's at the 35. He's at the 30-yard line. And down near the 30-yard line on the far side of the field as they went for the fake inside. And Eddie Sanchez ran the option beautifully left side. They spot it near the 32-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Coyotes from the 32-yard line.
That was Eddie Sanchez's extra quickness that really got it past that first line of defenders there, and after he got past that, it was just smooth sail until he hit the secondary.
Yeah, he's one of those kids that you don't worry about House Bill 72 on him. He's a straight-A student, or almost a straight-A. If he's not, he's right up there. And a fine student and a fine athlete all the way around.
Got a real future ahead of him.
Splitting in left, put the wing back right side. Sanchez. Handoff, first man through the middle. He's down to the 25, further down near the 22-yard line.
He's knocking on the door of another first down if he doesn't have it.
He's close. They're looking at it. Receivers both directions. Option play right side. Sanchez keeps it, turns upfield, pitches now to the tailback. He's at the 10. He's at the 5, and he is in the end zone. Touchdown, Coyotes. And that's Robert Gaitan.
That was the last pitch to the...
Eddie Sanchez turned upfield with the ball and then got in trouble. Pitched out to Robert Gaitan, his trailing man, a long pitch as he was falling, and Gaitan goes in from about 23 yards out to make the score 12-0 with 9:42 remaining in the second quarter with a try for point still to come.
Well, he just demolished that end zone marker over there. They're going to have to reset it. He just ran for it and knocked it right over.
We've got a break in the action as the Coyotes won't time out. We'll take a break for these words from our sponsor.
Add to your business success formula. Sharp office.
Don't throw it. Split receivers both directions. Eddie Sanchez turns, heads off. Second man through. He goes in standing up.
There he is.
And that is Robert Gaitan, second man through, went off left tackle to make the two-point conversion. Our score with 9:42 remaining in the first half. Uvalde 14, Carrizo Springs 0. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this.
The 1986 Buicks, Pontiacs, and GMC trucks are here now at Cecil Atkinson Motors. Cecil has a good selection on hand, and he and his sales staff are ready.
That's the kick. It's a squibbler. Hits at about the 25, taken at the 10-yard line, straight back up the middle of the field, breaks one tackle, and gets hit hard at the 35-yard line by Robert Gaitan, who's a little pumped up, folks. He just scored a 23-yard touchdown run and a two-point conversion. I formation. Lewis signs the quarterback, turns, hands to the tailback over the left side. He breaks the tackle, gets across the 40 to the 41-yard line, and is tackled at the 41-yard line by Richard Olvedo, along with a couple other Coyotes.
Awful good defense being played by the Coyotes tonight. They're not giving much to that middle of the line.
I believe the Wildcats just doubled their total offense in the first half there with that 5-yard run. Second 5 for the Wildcats as they split a receiver wide left this time. Turn, handoff right up the middle. He's out near the 45-yard line before he stopped getting up off the bottom of the pile. Handoff left side, and he's got a first down, I believe, at about the 47-yard line before he's finally... high formation in the backfield, option play right side, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe gets a yard to the 48 or 9-yard line. Let's see where it's spotted. It's going to spot it back at the 48, gain of a yard, 2nd and 9.
I gotta tell you about Doug Phillips. That boy, he hangs in there tough. He doesn't give any yardage around his right defensive end, and he's just probably one of the most underrated Coyote defenders, but he's certainly doing his job tonight.
He's in there spelling Albert Sanchez, I believe, at the defensive end. Handoff straight up the middle this time by the Wildcats, and he gets across midfield down to the 48-yard line as a quick hitter over the left tackle position. And that's... He's back to throw. He's in trouble backfield. Gets knocked down back at the 46-yard line. And guess who? Roy Henderson coming in from defensive end. Puts Sains down back at the 40... About the 46-yard line. Is going to bring up 4th and 11. There's the snap. Big rush. He's trouble in the backfield again, and he's going down way back at inside the 30-yard line. And the Coyotes are going to have great field position. They're marking it now at the 31. But again, he must have taken his eye because there's nothing wrong with that snap. And Coyotes were all over him, and they go in left. Put the wing back tight, right side. Eddie Sanchez, the quarterback. Takes the count, takes the snap, option play right side. He turns up the field, keeps the ball. He's inside the 30. He's inside the 25, down to about the 24-yard line. Gain of approximately 7 on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down at about 3.
They're waiting for the pitch, and Eddie just doesn't give it.
No, he turns up the field. Eddie's a good athlete, and he takes advantage when they wait on him. Second, well, what it would do won't be good. Receivers both directions for the Coyotes.
You're right on that.
Eddie Sanchez hands off. Ricky Navarro right up the middle, and he's down near first down at the 25 or 6-yard line, and they're going to have to look at it. Long time to look at it. It's got to be close. Now they're going to measure. 5:51 remaining in the second quarter from the Honey Bowl. Uvalde Coyotes holding a 14-0 lead. Zamora is in tight on the right side. Alice Lena wide on the left side. They're waiting to get the change set. Now the chains are set. Start the clock. Eddie Sanchez. Long count. Hands off. Navarro left side. He's at the 20. He's at the 15. He's at the 10-yard line. And inside the 10-yard line to about the 9-yard line, and a flag goes down late. Let's see what this is all about.
Well, it's way back there in the Carrizo.
Against Carrizo.
That might have been a late hit.
Might be a little frustration starting to show on the Carrizo team. It's a little early for that to happen.
Well, they're a ball club with a lot of pride, and this has to hurt their pride to be...
Personal foul, the call against the Wildcats. Ball resting now just inside the 5-yard line. 1st and goal for the Coyotes.
That sounds like a foul out of frustration. It was a little late hit. That's what it looked to me like from here.
There was a big pile there, and I was trying to pick up the yard line he was on. And didn't see the late hit, but they call personal foul. That's probably what it had to be. Football linked inside the tail of the ball right on the 5-yard line. First and goal for the Coyotes. Receivers go wide both directions for the Coyotes this time. Eddie Sanchez takes the ball, hands off right up the middle. Ricky Navarro, touchdown. Touchdown, Coyotes. Right over the left tackle position. Ricky Navarro, the big fullback, just powers it in. Well, we've just been corrected. It was not Ricky Navarro. It was Juan. It's good. Our score with 5:20 remaining in the ball game. Uvalde 21.
There's no point in pussyfooting around. If you
second quarter, Uvalde 21, Carrizo Springs 0. Nick, you didn't think it was going to be this easy,
well,
did you?
I didn't. I predicted 14-12, I think.
There's the kickoff taken at the 18-yard line. He's coming straight back to the middle. Now cuts to the left side. Got a little running room. Gets across the 30 out to about the 37-yard line. Maybe the 38. Be first and 10 for the back to throw. He's in trouble at backfield. Gets hit. Gets away from one man. Gets away from another. Breaks a couple of tackles. He's across the 40 and across the 45. Near the 47-yard line. There may be a fumble on that play, folks.
Well, there were 3 missed tackles back there that should have been dead hits, all 3 of them.
Evidently no fumble as they signal stop the clock, and that usually means a fumble. But Wildcats remain in possession, 2nd and 8, and the Coyotes should have had a sack on that one. With the wingback wide left this time, as Science goes back to throw, he's looking out in the flat, and it's in and out of the hands of the receiver. Covering the receiver out there is John Wright and Rolly Martinez Jr., the intended receiver.
That looked like, you know, that the wet ball had nothing to do with that missed pass. That it hit his shoulder pads and bounced straight up. Had a thing to do with that. He just missed that one.
Martinez comes wide left again. 2 tight ends, I formation. Lewis Science takes the ball, hands off, second man through. He's got a first down at midfield, across midfield, down to about the 47 or 8 yard line in Coyote territory. Let's call it the 47. It'll be first and 10 for the Wildcats. Now they go power I, right side. Handoff, no handoff. He's rolling left. He wants to throw. He's looking deep down the field. He throws over the middle, and it's in and out of the hands of a defender. That's John Wright got a hold of it. And then Trey Richburg came in to put the kibosh on Eddie Brown's, the senior tight end, 6'1", 185. And that could have been a late, early hit, except the ball was tipped. Trey Richburg coming up from the back. Eddie Sanchez was in the area, too. Wingback is tight, left side this time. Signs back to throw. He's rolling right. He's looking downfield. He's got lots of running room. He's across the 45. He's across the 40. He's at the 35. Hit again and finally goes down inside the 30 at about the 27 or 8 yard line. Lack of containment by the Coyotes on that play.
And once they see him play back to pass, they're going to just assume that he's going to get rid of it and not pursue him. And really, they need to stay on it.
Ball inside the 27 at the 26, first and 10. Science hands off, tailback right up the middle, and he's hit in the backfield and doesn't go down, tries to go wide, and finally gets back to the line of scrimmage, but he was stopped at the line of scrimmage, bounced off, came outside to the left, and Trey Richburg coming up from the safety hit him at about the 20.
Gets back where he started from.
Power I, right side. Signs the quarterback, long count, takes a snap, turns, hands off fullback up the middle, and nothing there. And late flag comes down, and I'll bet that's going to be holding, Nick.
Yeah, it looks like either that or maybe fouling on there, but I don't know.
That flag was thrown before.
Pick up the pieces and go again.
Split the Martinez wide right for the Coyotes. Signs rolling out, looking, wants to throw it, lets it go over the middle, and it's complete at the 26-yard line, down immediately on the far side of the field. And that's Ricky Navarro and Ricky Navarro or Rain Hobbs over there making a stop. Something more.
I think it was Rain.
Split Martinez wide left. Signs bobble in the backfield. He throws out here in the left flat. It's complete at the 20-yard line. He's hit and driven back and out of bounds at the 21. That's Richard Oviedo, John Wright in, and Eddie Sanchez all in making a hit. He's short of a first down. It's going to bring up fourth. And the ball's going to be spotted. The Wildcats are going to go for it. Power I, left side. Lewis Signs, the quarterback, takes the ball, hands off, tailback, up the middle. He's got, I believe he has the first down at about the 16-yard line. Clock's starting to be a factor now. We were down to a minute 20. Now they stop the clock at a minute 17. and they're going to measure this one. It's closer than we thought. That's another get out of this half with a 21-0 lead and not give up anything else. But then that's maybe why I'm not coaching.
Against Carrizo, I think that's just a pretty good feeling.
Well, you've got a little momentum here off this 4th down hold. Coyotes come out of the huddle, come to the line of scrimmage. 2 tight ends, wing back tight, right side. Eddie Sanchez takes the ball, hands off to the fullback. Navarro up the middle. He's across the 20 and out to the 24 or 5-yard line. Nice gain up the middle of the line. And they're right at the 25. It's going to bring up 2nd down and about long 2, maybe 3. 46 seconds. Clock running. 2 tight ends. Wing back, right side in tight. Turn, handoff. Juan Sanchez over the left side. Didn't get much. If anything, it's going to the Wildcats. I don't want time out here, but they're not calling it. Yard line. 3rd down and about 2. Split the wing back to the right side. 2 tight ends. Option play right side. Sanchez keeps it, turns upfield. He has the 1st down, but there's a flag down, and that's in the territory where he normally 20 seconds to go. And holding the call against the Coyotes. I don't know, Nick. Quick kick. We haven't seen it in a while.
Haven't seen it in a while, but I think they'll go the conservative route.
College tuition, and at lower rates than just about anybody.
So I can get a loan for tuition from SecServe Fed Credit U.
Of course you can.
Oh, boy, I'm going to love this school.
Well, listen.
Those are pretty co-eds. How come you keep them behind counters?
Those are talent.
Cats have the ball at their own, at the count 48-yard line. The split receiver wide right side this time. And Signs rolling out, wants to throw, looks down the field, throws, hit the short man, pitch on the to the tailback coming around the side, and it's good. Flea flicker, folks.
That's a new wrinkle in the
36-yard line. 1st and 10, but the clock is what counts, not the down marker. Power eye, left side. Signs back to throw. He's looking down the field. This one is complete at the 19-yard line,
but the clock goes off. Zero.
Down at about the 16-yard line, hit by John Wright, and that's the end of the 1st half of play from the Honey Bowl. Our score: Uvalde 21, Carrizo Springs 0. And we'll be back with a half side. I formation, 2 tight ends, and Lewis Signs takes the snap option play right side, and he's across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Brought down on the far side, making 2 tight ends, hand off up the middle, and he's near a 1st down, but I think he's short as he's hit at about the 43, maybe gets forward to 44. It's going to be close.
I don't believe he got it on.
I don't believe he got it. Several Coyotes in on the pile.
And Roy Henderson, the bottom of that pile.
Yes, it was. They're going to measure this one. I think he's short by a foot or 2, but we'll see.
Let's credit Roy Henderson, Ray Hobbs.
Put Uriegas wide right. 2 tight ends. I formation in the backfield. Handoff right up the middle, and he has the 1st down and more as he gets across the 45 to the 40, near the 46-yard line, but he has the 1st down.
Yeah, that would be very unlike Carrizo to sit back and punt that one away.
Right, wants to throw, looking downfield. He's got receivers out. He throws in the flat, incomplete, in and out of hands of the end on the far side. I believe that was Gus Garcia, but I'm not sure. Can't get the number. But just threw it, led him a little too much and unable to hold on to it. He was open momentarily.
Well, that was probably a wet ball situation there. He had his hands on it, but it just slipped right through his fingers.
Drizzle still coming down here. As Signs took the ball, looked for somebody to hand off. They weren't there. He tried to go right, and that was Robert Trevino in to make the stop from the defensive tackle position.
He just wrapped his hands around his ankles and said, "You're not going anywhere."
They're up right on the line of scrimmage, a couple of them. And there's Signs. He's rolling right. He wants to throw. He's looking downfield. He's got a receiver out, and that one is in and out of the hands of a defender back there. John Wright had one and couldn't hold on to it at the 35-yard line, and it slipped right through his hands, fell to the ground incomplete. Brings up 4th and 11 for the Wildcats. Well, they played twice in the heads. They're going to fake this one, and he's got running room. He's across midfield. He's at the 45. He's at the 40-yard line and knocked down on the far side of the field by Eddie Sanchez. That's Ricky Zamora at about the 39-yard line, 38-yard line in Coyote territory, but they snapped the ball to the short man and faked it, and he went off the right side and had plenty of running room for the 1st down.
Well, when you get two
Wildcats, power eye, right side. Sines turns, hands off tailback over the left side. He's hit at the 37, falls forward to about the 36, maybe the 35-yard line.
Once again, that Uvalde defense is tightening up. They're not getting anywhere up the middle. They're making their yards.
Put the wing back right behind the guard. Turn, handoff, fullback, trying to come to the left side. He's got a little running room and makes a move, gets outside, and then goes down at the 36-yard line. Making the initial contact for the Coyotes is Arroyos, and coming up to help out from the secondary is Trey Richburg. Victor Arroyos, though, making the initial contact. Gain of a couple on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 4 for the Wildcats.
Uvalde is using their defensive safety boys to come up when it's an obvious run. They're coming up fast there to stop that run around the end.
Uriegas goes wide right. Sines wants to throw. He's rolling right, looking downfield. He's got receivers out. He's in trouble. He gets hit in the backfield, and it's going to go down back at the 43-yard line. And let's see who that was. It went back here and made the hit.
That was Richard Oviedo.
Richard Oviedo coming in from the linebacker spot and sacks him back at the 43-yard line. Going to bring up 4th and long for the Wildcats. They've got a 4th and about 14 for a first down.
What happened on that, Roy Henderson kept the quarterback at bay there, and then he just let Richard Oviedo come in there and slap him down.
Richard came from an inside position on the blitz, and now they got a punter back here. No safety back yet for the Coyotes. Now they put one back.
I don't think they believe it.
Well, I believe he'll kick this one up. No, he doesn't. He's going to option it right side, and there's nothing there. Maybe got a yard on it. Coyotes will take over at about the 41 or 2-yard line.
That's the one they should have kicked right
When you go to the well too often, the bucket come up. Sanchez takes a snap, hands off. Ricky Navarro, the right side, and he's out to about the 44-yard line. Gain of 2+ on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8. Now Navarro comes out of the Coyote lineup. Juan Sanchez in to replace him.
You know, I'm going to comment again on things. You know, jerseys and just don't seem to get as dirty as they used to. I don't know what it is. The new fabric?
Dirt's not as dirty.
I guess that's it.
Quote me on that. Split a receiver both directions. Zamora's in tight on the right side for the Coyotes. Eddie Sanchez turns, heads off. Second man through, other left side. That's Gaitan, and he gets across the 45, maybe the 46. Gain of a yard on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 6 for the Coyotes. Right at the 45, 3rd and wide left. Ricky Zamora in tight right side. They're both standing straight up. Eddie Sanchez, option play left side, gives it to the fullback, and he gets a couple of yards to the 47, but it's not enough for a first down. It's going to be about 4 yards short. And Ricky Navarro kept the ball on the first man on the option play. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And let's see, 4th down about 4 for a Coyote first down.
That's too much to gamble on a run, I would think.
Oh, no, you got to kick this away when you're up by 21.
Oh, yeah.
We're past the halfway mark of the 3rd quarter. Roy Henderson standing back at his own 32-yard line, gets the snap, gets it away. Nice kick going down, hits at about the 20-yard line, takes a Coyote bounce, picked up back inside the 10. He's from the left side, and he's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. And going to spot it now at the 15-yard line. And if he'd let that one go, it might have gone in the end zone. Of course, it might not have. Somebody was down there pretty close to it. So he opted to pick it up, try to run it out, and got out to the 15-yard line. So not good field position for the Wildcats here to start this drive with 5:01 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Uvalde leading 21-0 over Carrizo Springs.
One thing I want to say is I'd like to credit Dwayne Ham with some awfully good snaps back to his punter, Roy Henderson. Roy makes it look easy, but Dwayne's got to get it back to him, and he does an awful good job.
Split a receiver wide right side. He's out about 15 yards. Lewis Sines hands off up the middle, and he gets across the 15 to about the 17, maybe the 18-yard line. Going to spot it right at the 18-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd and 7 for the Wildcats. Just a little bit. Split the receiver right side for the Wildcats, and Sines back to throw. He's in trouble in the backfield, and now he gets it off incomplete as he tries to hit the running back coming out of the backfield on the right flat, and he throws behind him incomplete, 3rd and 7.
Lots of pressure back there by Doug Phillips and Roy Henderson. I think he'd had to throw that a little sooner than he really wanted to.
Somebody was bearing right down on him there. Wildcats, quick snap, signs rolling out to his right. He's in trouble, gets it away, throws it downfield, and it's intercepted on a tip pass by Trey Richburg. He's coming to the right side. He's at the 40. He's at the 35, almost 35, and down to the 37-yard line. 2 or 3 players got their hand on that ball, and not all of them were ours, or Coyotes. And Trey Richburg finally got the tip, brought it clear across the field, and there's a little bit of jubilation on the Coyotes bench with 4:06 remaining in the third quarter. That looked like he thought he'd get up the field with that one a little bit. That didn't happen. Ricky Zamora comes wide right. Salinas wide left. Coyotes have the ball in Wildcat territory as Eddie Sanchez on a long count takes a snap. Option play left. Pitches to Gaitan. That's Johnny Enriquez. No, it's Gaitan in the backfield. Flags are down. He's across the 40. He's across the 30. And
we've got a flag back here, though.
See, he's down on the far side. Gain of about 15 on the play, but he's going to bring that one back, I believe.
I believe we've got a holding.
That was Gaitan, the tailback, option left, and Eddie Sanchez pitched the ball actually a little bit behind him, but Gaitan, being a fine athlete, picked the ball out of the air and turned upfield with it. But we're going to step off 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Put the ball back on the 45-yard directions. Wingback comes right. Eddie Sanchez turns, pitches. Enriquez coming to the right side. He's across the 45. He's down to the 40-yard line and falls forward to maybe the 39-yard line. And you know something we haven't seen tonight, Nick? Coyotes have always run with a lot of players in motion. I haven't seen anybody in motion yet tonight.
That's right. This has been pretty much of an option right offense that Eddie Sanchez has been running tonight, and he's pitched about as often.
13 for the Coyotes.
And Carrizo stays in their basic 3-4 set defense. They're not changing their strategy too much.
Split receivers, both directions. More on the right side. Eddie Sanchez, the quarterback. Long count, takes a snap, turns, hands off. Gaitan left side, he's across the 40. He's ground across the 35 to about the 30, maybe the 34-yard line. Gain of about 6 on the play. Brings up third down. And 7 for the Coyotes.
About time to put it in the air, I was thing to do, right?
Well, let's see how conservative Coach Watkins is going to be. If he's going to try 2 running plays, try a pass and a punt, we'll just find out. Swing back tight, left side, split the end on the right side. Turn, handoff tomorrow on the left side. He's down inside the 30. He's down, has a first down at the 25-yard line. And that might have told us something.
That sure did.
As that off-tackle slant that Ricky Navarro has run so well. And Coach Don Tate on his weekly radio show today said that man just runs over people. He's big, and he uses his strength very well, and that's absolutely true. Johnny Enriquez out now as Juan Sanchez is at fullback, Gaitan at tailback, Ricky Navarro out. 1st and 10 for the Coyotes, operating from the Wildcat 25-yard line.
Knocking on the door again.
They need another one. That'll ice it for them, I believe. Receivers both ways for the Coyotes. Eddie Sanchez turns, option play right side. He keeps it, turns upfield. Not much there. Gets forward to the 23-yard line. Gain of a couple on the play as they have the option play pretty well handled here in the second half.
Yeah, I think they had a little bit of coaching here on how to stop Sanchez on his keep, because they've got him contained a whole lot better now than they did during the first half. He's not getting that breakaway room in there to get loose from him.
2nd and 8 for the Coyotes. Actually, they have one player taking Sanchez and one taking the tailback, and there's one kind of playing in between to help out. Zamora in tight right side, split the left end out wide. Eddie Sanchez on the quick snap, drops straight back. He's looking down the field. He's got Zamora in the end zone, overthrows him, had Roy Henderson wide open down the middle of the field. But he tried to go to Ricky Zamora in the right corner and just overthrew it.
Well, on the left.
Maybe there's a method to that.
Well, there's certainly yardage to be gained there, and we've seen that. But the left side of the line is basically untried.
Split receivers wide, both directions. Eddie Sanchez, the quarterback, takes a snap. He's going straight back to throw. He's got time. He's looking. He's got a man over the middle. That's Salinas completed the 10-yard line. He's inside the 5-yard line and about the 3-yard line. Al Salinas, the split end on the left side, straight down the field about 15 yards and broke back across the middle and pulled up at the 10-yard line and hit him right in a good place, right on the chest. He held on and went down to about the 3-yard line where it'll be 1st and goal for the Coyotes.
Al didn't think that Eddie knew he was open there. He stood there and waved his hands.
Jumping up, waving his hands and said, "Here I am, Eddie." Eddie saw him and hit him. Put Salinas wide right this time. Ricky Zamora in tight on the left side. A lot of movement in the defensive line. Eddie Sanchez taking lots of time. Turn, handoff, first man through. It's touchdown, Coyotes. Ricky Navarra over left tackle on just a quick slant dive. And with 35 seconds remaining in the third quarter, Uvalde goes out front by a score of 27-0 on Ricky Navarra's touchdown. Our score, 27-0. Try for points still to come.
If this doesn't tell Mr. Harris of the poll something about the Uvalde offense, I don't know what would.
Frank Abbott in to try the extra point for the Coyotes. Ricky Zamora will be teeing it up at the 10-yard line. There's a snap, a little high, gets it down, and this one is blocked also. Somebody coming right through the middle of the 35 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Uvalde 27, Carrizo 0. One score from the Honey Bowl in Uvalde. The Coyotes leading, and we're ready to kick off. There's the kick. This one's high. It's going to be short, coming down at about the 12-yard line, coming straight back up the middle of the field. Now he breaks to the left side and gets hit back at the 28, 29-yard line. Victor Arroyo's making the initial contact, and coming in to put him away finally is
Ricky Zamora in there also.
And Chad Griggs in there helping out also. There's a ball's going to be spotted at about the 31-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. And I think you're going to see nothing but probably the ball in the air from now on for the Wildcats. They're not the type of ball club to just roll over and die. They don't want to come back and look good. They want to come back and do something.
That's true. They can mix up their running plays enough to get some yardage out of them.
Uriegas goes wide right, signs. He's rolling to his right, looking downfield. He wants to throw. The receivers are covered. Now he's going to run. He's going to the far side, gets a couple of yards, maybe 3, and out of bounds. No, he's not out of bounds, but he's down on the far side of the field, as all the defenders must have been covered, Nick.
Yeah, it looks
all
like
the receivers. They've got a flag down, I believe. Is that a flag or just a piece of paper on the field?
I believe it's a, well, I don't know. It looks too white to be yellow. And they're all using yellow flags, so
well, it must be just a piece of paper or something down on the field. That's the end of the third quarter. We'll take a break and come back after these words from our sponsors.
Well, to pick it up.
We'll be right back.
Footwear that fits right and wears like iron, they've just got to be from the Shoe Tree. The Shoe Tree is everybody's choice for cool footwork.
At the 30, he's down and out of bounds inside the 20-yard line, and I couldn't say his name. Trey Richburg gets his second interception of the night, and he's out of bounds inside the 20 at about the 18-yard line, and Lewis Symes did what quarterbacks are not supposed to do. He threw that one up in the air and said, somebody take it, I don't want it.
That was a floater. He thought he was going to be sacked, and that was just a desperation heave, I think, more than anything. Final stanza.
Salinas comes wide left. Ricky Zamora wide right. Eddie Sanchez has 2 running backs in the I formation behind him. Takes a snap, option play left side. He keeps it and almost dropped the ball as he was trying to pitch it. Managed to keep his hand on it and goes down in the backfield for a loss back at the 20-yard line. Augusto 13 for Eddie Sanchez, and let's see what he's going to do. He looks over the defense. Takes a snap. And now we get a flag. I believe that's probably delay of game. There was a long time there. Eddie took a long time getting that ball away, getting that snap off. And just as he got the snap, flags went down, whistles blew. And it's delay of game. Gets the Coyotes. Going to bring up now 2nd and about 18. And now what do you do?
That's too early in the game to really delay it intentionally. That's away from him.
He might not have been sure of what he was seeing, but now's the time you think back to Roy Henderson being open down the middle a while ago.
That's right.
They're double teaming wide receivers for the Coyotes. Option play left. He wants to throw. He's rolling to his right now. Turns upfield. He gets out of bounds on the far side of the field, and Roy Henderson again was wide open down the middle. Faked the option to the left side and faked the fullback and then stepped back to throw, and there was a defender right in his face, so he couldn't get the ball off.
That's got to be a little bit frustrating for the receivers to be waiting out there wide open and then have the quarterback just rush so bad he can't really get one off to him.
Well, they're putting a quarterback and a safety out on each wide receiver for the Coyotes, and that's really leaving the middle of the field wide open and right now, and I think the Coyotes have spotted that. again, they do the same thing. Put the defenders all out wide, leaves the middle of the field open. Eddie Sanchez with third and about 13 again. He's back to throw. He wants to throw. He's looking down the field. Flags are down. And he's going to have to tuck it in and run, and he gets hit back at the 21 or 2-yard line. Going to spot it at the 21-yard line as he's coming to his left. And what's happening is they're getting a lot of pressure on Eddie, and he can't get this one off. Holding against the Coyotes is the call.
That's usually what happens when you have a long time in the backfield like here where the quarterback just can't get rid of it. One of those linemen's bound to let his arm slip down a little bit and put a hold on somebody.
They refuse the penalty. He's going to bring up 4th down and about 13 for the Coyotes. And
why don't they give Frank Abbott a chance at...
I don't know what they're going to do. Now they decide they want a timeout. Let's take a break for these words from our sponsors.
Right now at Rick's Furniture, you can buy any unique recliner for 50% off the regular price. And Rick's has at least 200 mirrors and 200 lamps in the store that are selling at 1/2 the regular price. All
in the Wildcat territory, split Salinas left, put some more right. Trey Richburg in at quarterback. He drops back to throw. He's looking. Now he wants to run. And he's in trouble, gets back to the line of scrimmage to maybe the 19-yard line, but not near enough for a 1st down, as he just couldn't find a man open down there to throw to. And the ball at the, we're going to call it the 20-yard line, where the Wildcats will take over with 10:06 remaining in the 4th quarter. Uvalde leading 27-0 over the Wildcats of Carrizo Springs.
Well, Trey's got to have a little, some contact here first. It's
It's tough to go into that situation and get one right off. You're not really in the swing of the offense. Of course, he's playing on defense, but handoff, tailback, up the middle, got running room. He's across the 25. He's across the 30 and out to about the 31-yard line for the Coyotes for Trey Richburg. Again, making the swing pretty heavy as the Wildcats rolling right. Signs looking downfield. He wants to go deep, and now he throws short, incomplete, and Ray Hobbs is mad. He's mad at himself because he just overran the ball and it hit behind him, incomplete. 2nd and 10. It's drizzling about the same rate it's been since somewhere early in the 2nd quarter.
That's got to be a factor in the passing game.
It's got to be. It's more factor in your footing than anything else, I believe. Splitting wing back, wide left, signs back to throw, throws short, in and out of the hands of the receiver at about the 38-yard line. He gets bumped just as the ball got there. And now a late flag goes down, and I don't know who that's going to be on. I have a feeling that might go on the sidelines on the far side.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Probably maybe a comment from the bench over there.
Yeah, because it was too late to be on the hit. Now they're going to take it against the Coyotes. And I didn't really see that one. He got bumped just as the ball got there. But
what do you call that?
Well, he called personal foul against the Coyotes, but the flag didn't come down for 3 or 4 seconds. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, operating from the 46-yard line in their own territory. Signs back to throw. He's rolling out to his right side. He's in trouble, gets it away short. It's intercepted at the 50. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. That's Rain Hobbs. He's at the 20 and out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. And it looks like almost a fight going on down there, but it's 2 of the Coyotes, and they're happy. And it's Rain Hobbs, and he's fired up.
Anywhere, so I guess that makes sense.
There was a flag thrown on the play, but it's now being waved off. It's Coyotes ball, and the Coyotes are threatening again. Ball at the 18-yard. There was a flag thrown, and I think one of the officials thought that Rain Hobbs was wanting to fight somebody, and he was just throwing his arms in the air and being happy.
That's about it.
So the flag has been picked up and waved off. 1st and 10 for the Coyotes, operating from the 18-yard line in Wildcat territory. 9:26 remaining in the 4th quarter.
Mr. Hobbs has a way of really expressing himself and leaving no doubt that he's enthused.
Oh, I tell you, he smelled the goal line. Just didn't have enough speed to get there. Put Salinas wide left. Put Ricky Zamora wide right. Eddie Sanchez, the quarterback. Takes a snap, turns, hands off. Ricky Navarro straight to the middle. He's across the 15 to the 14-yard line on power alone. Gain of about 4 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 6.
Not to second guess Coach Tommy Watkins by any means, but this would be an ideal opportunity to give Trey Richburg a little bit of
right. Fidel Salinas wide left. Eddie Sanchez takes a snap, turns, hands second man through over the left side. He's at the 10-yard line, and he's down near the 5-yard line. And that was Robert Gaitan is at about the 6-yard line.
Well, my thought on that is that Richburg would probably be the heir apparent for next year's quarterback, and to give him a little opportunity to get some playing time might be just all to the good of the Coyotes.
Well, you would think that's a good possibility, but we've got a break in the action. Let's take a break for this message from one of our sponsors.
Time for some plain talk about good eating. To talk about good food that just plain tastes better. That's one way to describe the food at the Amber Sky Coffee Shop, Highway 90 East. Of course, there's nothing really plain about it. It's just not gussied up with gourmet spices and stuff like that. It's plain good eating in a welcome family atmosphere. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, it's the Amber Sky Coffee Shop on Highway 90 East. And the prices are set to keep your budget in balance. The Amber Sky, the best little restaurant in Uvalde.
Back at the Honey Bowl, Eddie Sanchez takes the ball, hands off, first man through, left side. He's down to about the 4-yard line. That's Ricky Navarro at the 4-yard line. Gain of 2 on the play. Second and goal for the Coyotes.
Lots of good blocking on that side of the line there from Roy Henderson.
If you haven't seen the Coyotes play, Eddie comes out there and it looks like he's making a pitch to the tailback, swinging wide around the side, and he just sticks right in the stomach of the fullback on a slant off tackle. And he follows behind Roy Henderson and Phillips, John Phillips, and gets good yardage out of it quite often. Split receivers both directions. Sanchez takes the ball. Option play left side. He keeps it and trots into the end zone on the left side. Touchdown for Eddie Sanchez on a keeper on the option play around the left side with 7:39 remaining. Our score, Uvalde 33, Carrizo Springs 0.
The Uvalde Coyotes back for this guy.
Well, I knew the Coyote defense was going to be strong tonight. I didn't think that anybody that Carrizo could score much on them. The question really was going to be whether the Uvalde offense could run on Carrizo, and they've sure done it. Try for point coming. Zamora to tee it up for Abbott at the 10-yard line. This one's down. It's up. It's good. Our score with 7:39 remaining. Uvalde 34. Carrizo Springs 0. We'll be back with the kickoff after this message from one of our sponsors.
Shop the 3rd anniversary sale at
problem, Jack. No, it's my tongue. Oh, well, 7:39 remaining in the ball game. Uvalde leading. And I think these Coyote fans want some more. There's the kickoff. It's going to come down at about the 11-yard line. He comes straight up the middle of the field and gets behind his wedge. Now cuts to the left side, breaks a tackle, and gets out to about the 36-yard line. Finally wrapped up at the 36-yard line. And making the stop for the Coyotes, Chad Griggs on the initial contact.
Had Tito Sanchez in there and Chad Griggs, yeah, and they were doing their part.
10 for the Wildcats. Split it in, wingback wide right. Low over the middle, tipped in the air, knocked down. Almost intercepted, this time by, that's Johnny Enriquez, I believe, on the far side, knocking that ball down. He almost got him another interception as it was tipped in the air. He was driving for it, couldn't get his hands on it.
Yes, he did. He was after that one.
2nd and 10 for the Wildcats. Right side turn, handoff, tailback over the left side. He gets across the 40 to the 42-yard line, and you're not going to come back with that type of play against the Coyotes to do much more than make a little yardage.
Well, they're bouncing off that left side of that defensive right tackle, and Uvalde's just not giving up any yardage over there.
John Henderson in on the stop for the Coyotes along with Victor Arroyos. Split the wing back wide right this time. John Wright out here all over him. Signs takes the ball, hands off up the middle. He gets dives forward to maybe the 45-yard line, where it's going to bring up 4th. Power eye, right side. The wingback lines up right behind the tackle. Turn, handoff to the fullback over the middle and over the left tackle. He didn't get it. He's short. He's short by a couple of feet. And the Coyote offense is getting ready to go on the field again. They're going to measure this one, but I think he's short by at least At least a couple of feet.
Well, I'd say 4 inches probably.
Well, we're both wrong. It's about a foot.
Yeah.
And Coyote ball, the Coyotes take over at the 40, between the 40, let's go at the 46-yard line in Wildcat territory. And this brings back memories, and he's happy.
Eddie's got a way of showing it when he feels he's happy.
Split receivers both directions for the Coyotes. Trey Richburg, option play left. He keeps it. He goes outside, turns upfield. He's at the 40. He's down to the 35-yard line, and could have been a late hit call there, but they don't flag it. He's at the 35-yard line, has a first down for the Coyotes. 6:01 remaining in the ball game. Juan Sanchez in and Ricky Navarro out for the Coyotes, and Trey Richburg wants some yardage.
Well, Richburg showed there that he wasn't afraid to take it up himself and tuck it under and butt heads with him, that's for sure.
Split Salinas left, but Zamora wide right. Richburg turn, handoff, second man through, over the right side. He gets down to about the 30-yard line, breaks a tackle, almost breaks it. Lewis gets inside the 25 to the 24, and that was Kiko Martinez in at the tailback slot for the Coyotes. He's down inside the 25-yard line at, see where they're going to spot it, about the 23-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Coyotes. They want more.
Yeah, they're thirsty for this victory.
Revenge is sweet. I don't know. Something like that. Split receivers both directions for the Coyotes as Trey Richburg, quarterback, takes the ball, pitches to Enriquez around the right side. He's inside the 20 and down to about the 16 or 17-yard line. Gain of 6, make it 2nd and 4 for the Coyotes. Sanchez in at fullback, Enrique Navarro out.
This rain has certainly had an influence on the passing game.
Salinas comes wide left. Zamora, wingback, is tight on the right side. Richburg takes a snap, option play, left side. Flags go down. He hands off to Juan Sanchez over left side. He gets across the 15-yard line, and that's about it. But a flag goes down at the line of scrimmage, and that's probably going to be holding against the Coyotes. It is. Kiko Martinez goes into the Coyote lineup at the tailback slot. Ricky Navarro's in at fullback. Step off 10 yards against the Coyotes back to the 27-yard line. They've got to get down to about the 13-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd and 14 for the Coyotes, and you may see Richburg put this one in the air.
Well, we've seen Trey do it before, and certainly he's got an arm, a strong arm, and accurate. He can do it.
Salinas goes left side. Zamora right side. Martinez the tailback. There's the snap. He's rolling left. He wants to throw. He's looking down the field. He's got a receiver out. Now he decides to run with it. He's at the 20-yard line down to the 19-yard line and knocked down. And he had a receiver open over the middle, but Watkins has been stressing to him this year that if you've got running room, take the free stuff and get the big one later on.
Well, I was looking at Ricky Zamora sitting back there in the end zone, waving his hands, and
3rd and about 6. Receivers wide both directions, and Richburg back to throw. He's straight back. Now he throws over the middle, complete at the 5-yard line and knocked down immediately. And that is Al Salinas at the 5-yard line, and he's knocked down immediately. But it's going to be a first down for the Coyotes. That ball right on the numbers to Al Salinas. That's the same pass he caught down near the goal line earlier in the game.
That puts him on the 5-yard line.
3 minutes, 28 seconds remaining in the 4th and final quarter. Uvalde leading 34-0, and they're going for more. Salinas now goes wide to right side. Put Zamora in tight on the left side as Trey Richburg, the quarterback, takes a snap, turns, hands off to Navarro. Ball's on the ground, fumble, and flags are down. Flag down way back in the end zone. And let's see what that's for. The ball was recovered by the Wildcats. Flag thrown about 7 or 8 yards deep in the end zone. And we're still waiting to see what all the what the flag is about. The officials are having a long discussion out on the field. Ball resting right at the 5-yard line, and I think it's going to be Carrizo Springs ball.
No indication yet.
No indication of anything yet from the officials.
Now they're going to call timeout.
illegal participation to the goal line, and it'll be first and goal from about the 2.5-yard line. Coyote ball, put a wing back wide on the left side, put the split end out wide right, turn, handoff, Navarro right up the middle of the field, and he's in the end zone, but again, flags go down in the end zone. And it's against them, according to Trey Richburg.
It was in their deep.
3:01 remaining in the ball game, and Ricky Navarro goes straight up the middle and gets into the end zone. Now let's see what it's all about.
Well, it's a touchdown.
Everybody says it's a touchdown. No flag. No flag. The flag is being waved off. It's a touchdown for the Coyotes with 3:01 remaining in the ball game. Uvalde gets out front by a score of 40-0. The try for points still to come. Frank Abbott in to make the try. Ricky Navarro. Let me check. Is that Ricky right? Ricky Navarro scored the touchdown right up the middle. Ricky Zamora will tee it up at the 10-yard line. There's the snap. It's down. It's up. It's good. Our score with 3:01 remaining in the ball game. Uvalde 41, Carrizo Springs 0. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this message.
Add to your business success formula. Sharp office time.
Getting the wrong score, Uvalde leads Carrizo Springs by a score of 41-0.
The Uvalde Coyotes came to play.
They did, and there's the kickoff. It's a squibbler coming left side. It's bouncing along, going to be picked up at about the 21-yard line. It's on the ground. He's trying to pick it up and gets hammered back at the 18-yard line. And let's see who has the ball back here. I think the Wildcat managed to get a hold of it, but Kiko Martinez coming down from the left side on the kickoff. Really put a hit on the Wildcat trying to pick it up. The Wildcat is Tony Guzman, and the quarterback. He takes a snap, and he's rolling left. He wants to throw. Flags are down. This one's up for grabs and out of everybody's reach on the far side, but the flag is down. And
it was in the Uvalde defensive secondary where the flag is, so we'll have to wait.
Illegal procedure, that's what I thought. Nobody was ready for the snap, and the Wildcats had not come to a set position, so it's going to be procedure call.
He had Mr. Roy Henderson breathing in his face. That's what got him off target.
He's a sophomore quarterback. I guess they're trying to get some experience on him. Split the wing back left. Guzman rolling left. He's in trouble in the backfield. He gets hit and is in trouble way back near the 10-yard line. Finally gets knocked down way back at about the 5-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 7. And the young sophomore quarterback finding out what it's all about out here with the big boys. That was Rainhall. 20-something for a first down for the Wildcats. Got to get to the 30, about 23 to go. Guzman rolls left. He has time this time. He throws it over the middle. Have the ball in Wildcat territory at the 21-yard line. 2:02 remaining on the clock. Trey Richburg in at quarterback. Put Tito Sanchez wide right. Al Salinas wide left. Richburg. Snap. Flags are down. Handoff to the fullback. That's Arroyos over the left side. Nothing there. And illegal procedure going to be called as Arroyos was a little bit eager and broke a little quick.
Mine, I want it.
Yes. He got a touchdown a couple of weeks ago, and he wanted another one. No gain on the play. Second 10. Clock running with 1:40. Salinas wide left. Wingback's tight on the right side as Richburg comes to the line of scrimmage. Takes a snap, turns, hands off, second man through, and he's down to about the 16-yard line. That's Kiko Martinez, the ball carrier. Gain of about close to 5 on the play. See where they spot it. Going to bring up third down and maybe a gain of 4, 3rd and 6. Salinas comes wide left. Put the wing back. That's Sanchez on the right side. Tito Sanchez. Trey Richburg takes a snap. Option play right side. He turns upfield. He gets to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. And inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line. It's going to be fourth down. And fourth and about the ball spotted at the 15-yard line. 33 seconds remaining in the ball game. Now they move it back to about the 16-yard line. It's going to be 4th and 4, and the Coyotes are going to go for it here. There's not much to lose, under 20 seconds.
Well, they could give Frank Abbott an opportunity.
Well, you may see Richburg put this one in the air, too. No, he just falls down on the ball, and that is 8 seconds remaining in the ball game. The Wildcats will take over. They'll have a nothing. Ball goes over to the Wildcats somewhere. Wildcats come out of the huddle up to the line of scrimmage. Split a receiver wide right. And handoff up the middle, nothing there. And 3, 2, 1. That's the ball game. The final score from the Honey Bowl in Uvalde. The Uvalde Coyotes defeat the Carrizo Springs Wildcats by a score of 41-0. We'll be back to wrap this ball game up on the Domino Pizza post-game show after these words from our sponsors.
If you haven't been in Crystal Furniture in a while, you're in for a pleasant surprise. Many new lines of furniture and appliances have been added to both the upstairs and basement. You'll find those famous Strato lounger recliners and living room suites with both Sealy and Serta bedding, along with Singer living room and dining room suites. And at Crystal's, you can take 90 days to pay, and terms are the same as cash. Or if you choose, long-term financing with low monthly payments are available. Treat yourself to a pleasant surprise. Stop in at Crystal Furniture behind the post office on West Main. Tonight's game between the Uvalde Coyotes and the Carrizo Springs Wildcats has been brought to you by Amber Sky, Utex Incorporated, Crystal Furniture, The Shoe Tree, Cecil Atchison Motors, Rick's Furniture, Milton's House of Diamonds, and Milton's China and Gifts, Security Service Federal Credit Union, and Edwards